Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has declared that he is ready to shelve his presidential ambition ahead of the 2027 general election if a younger and widely acceptable candidate emerges under the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Well, Atiku made this known during an interview with BBC House Service on Wednesday, that's yesterday, as part of activities marking Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary. The former presidential candidate explained that his interest in the 2027 race is not about personal ambition, but about providing a credible alternative to rescue the country from its current state. Quite interesting. While he urged the younger Nigerians to actively participate in politics, assuring them of his full backing if they choose to run for the highest office. In his words, and I quote, "My being in the 2027 race does not prevent anyone from contesting. If a vibrant and widely accepted younger candidate emerges, I'm willing to step aside." End quote. Well, Atiku also shed light on his decision to align with the ADC, blaming internal crisis within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and alleged government interference for his departure. According to him, efforts to build a united opposition under the PDP were repeatedly undermined by some party leaders who he claimed were being used by the ruling All Progressives Congress to create division. Beautiful. We still have in the studio here with us Dr. Ganiyu and Delefanimo. Gentlemen, thanks for staying with us. Dr. Ganiyu, let me start with you. I want you to interrogate Atiku Abubakar's statement within the context that you understand him as a person. He says, if I see a vibrant younger person step into the race to contest for the presidency on the platform of the ADC, what do you make out of Atiku's take?
Okay, I think it's a political statement. For me, it's a political statement. Because if you say that you wouldn't mind to step down for a younger candidate, who is the youngest candidate in that streamline? Is Peter Obi. And Peter Obi, in the real sense, is not also young in terms of age, right? And so what we talk about in the stream of things, if you want to step down for the young candidate, you should not go for contest. Because if 3 people are going for contest, this is Atiku Abubakar, this is Rotimi Amechi, this is Peter Obi. There's surety for Atiku to win because this is a man that everybody knows, and Al-Rufai will be forever loyal to him because the one that brings him into politics, okay, right? And you see a lot of, when you look at the handwriting in that group, you discover that when they go for contest, it might likely to come up. Right, look at the contest they did in PDP. That was what forced Peter Obi to go to Labour Party, correct? When and that was what made Wike begin to behave in a kind of manner that is becoming unbecoming, right? So because it felt slighted, it felt cheated, that well overnight will the former Sokoto governor will now surrender to Atiku and convert and bring him up. So when you make that statement, if actually that statement is factual, what you will just say, guys, we are not going for election, we are unanimously picking someone, right, and giving him advice. It's not bad picking Peter Obi and say Al-Rufai to be his vice, right, for them to run for the election, right? Remember, when APC come together, when they formed APC, ACN, right, Action Congress of Nigeria, CPC, like Congress for Progressive Change, ANPP, some part of ANPP, some part of AFGA, right, and some of the people in PDP, they formed the party. They never did a primary, right? They just unanimously said that, Buhari, you're going, and let's get him a vice.
Okay, more like a consensus candidate.
A consensus candidate, because they know that these are the people that are meant to win. So, and they also have it on plan that once this guy go, it's my turn. So nobody is fighting it. Okay. So when they are almost finishing, and it gets as if they want to play the game, so that it doesn't come into power. Then he took the bull by his own and said, I am the game master here. So he did not, he went to a place where people will say, he went to Ogun State and he made a public statement that I am the next person to be voted into power. Either you like it or not, I'm coming in.
Okay.
Right. So, and that was...
So you think that Atiku Abubakar, if he's sincere, you know, in giving up that space for a younger person, like he said, widely acceptable person, he should also follow that track and say, look, I'm out of it. Now let's support this person. Do you think that is what he should do?
I think that's the best one. Because when you are going for a contest, the surety, mark my word, that he will be appointed. Because he has the clout. The people there. And when he's also saying it, he's saying it in Hausa language. You need an interpreter, right? So these are, and average Hausa people are loyal, right? In case it's going to be an open ballot. So there's tendency for him to win. Even look at why Rotimi Amici is going on with Toba. Toba now because of political reason. So he needs to get their sentiment to his side.
Okay.
Right. So I think if he wants to actually go through the route, and you don't want to make this statement political, not to be seen as if you are in their need of that position, that is sincerely you want to step down, then you don't need to do it. Just step down and allow the two people you unanimously agree to feature for that party. Let them go, let them check.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Oganiyu. Now, Dele, let me come to you. You've always had an opinion about Atiku and his political ambition. What the statement that he made, does it make a difference to you?
Nothing has changed as far as I'm concerned. Atiku is too slippery for anybody to hold on to his words. Somebody who has gone out of PDP 3 times and returned. Somebody who was on the side of Tinubu, that Tinubu gave a ticket to contest, turning to opposition, and somebody who is contesting the 7th time, the record 7th time, to become president of Nigeria, and he has not given up. Is it this time that he will give up? And what are the optics that will make him give up? His ambition, and some zoom it under somebody else. You know the clever way that he outmaneuvered the likes of Peter Obi and the rest of them in the build-up to the 2023 election. He was practically waiting in the wings and setting those guys up against themselves so that he can grab the ticket. So, for me, Atiku is not to be trusted politically. And it's an old war horse that can spring up surprise anytime, any day. For me, nothing has changed.
Okay, nothing has changed. Talking about springing surprises. Atiku has officially left the PDP, but he has not joined the ADC. Do you think, what kind of game do you think he's playing at this point?
You see, Atiku has not even gotten to his destination. He's just testing waters.
Okay, so you think ADC might not be the last bus stop?
It may not be the last bus stop before 2027 for Atiku. If that place becomes too hostile for him, since he has not joined, there are other parties he could pick. And he has the war chest to build any political party from the scratch. And he knows his foot soldiers will follow him as long as the price is right.
Talking about war chest, should we focus on an individual saying, okay, I'm going to let younger ones run? But there's the not too young to run bill. There is the political parties themselves tend to come up with very exorbitant nomination, expression of interest and nomination fees. In 2023, APC had put theirs at 100 million naira, which is ordinarily out of the reach.
People got.
And
23 people. 23
people, which is ordinarily out of the reach of the young Nigerian. And by young, I mean 45 and under. Now, the PDP in 2023 put theirs at 40 million. I can't remember what the Labour Party presidential form went for, but these two major powers had 100 million and 40 million. Now, should there be some sort of INEC regulation that states that the nomination form will be regulated by INEC and other parties now, and placing it at a level where young individuals with, a verifiable income can go for.
You know that, let me start by telling you that the Not Too Young to Run has been obeyed in breach since that pronouncement was made. Now, about INEC regulating how much those who want to contest, aspirants should pay to contest primaries. I don't think those who coined the law that empowers INEC, the act that empowers INEC to do certain things, envisage this kind of implosion in terms of raising the bar on who to contest, how much it will pay. And so, except if it has to go back to the National Assembly and through an amendment so that INEC can put a ceiling to how much a political party can charge whoever is interested in any political office. But as it is today, INEC does not have that power. And so, you see, we have many young people that have the resources to buy, even if it is 1 billion. But the point is, some of them are afraid of coming out with such humongous money because they are afraid of their opponents instigating EFCC to probe the source of their income. So they will later let it be. I know of a prominent Yahoo person that wanted to contest House of Rep in Ondo State. The only thing the opponents used against him that he had to back out was that perhaps EFCC should screen us to know the source of our income. And he knew that he couldn't defend the source of income, so he had to back out. So there are a lot of variables that are not there, but they operate, that will deter the not too young to run people from running an election. Again, if you lower the bar, you reduce the bar, there is tendency to be an influx of too many people.
Isn't that better for us?
It's not better.
Then you can choose from the too many people and choose a few individuals that can actually fly the flag of the parties.
You see, in politics, there are so many things that would happen that we may not be able to put our fingers on here, because it will still be subject to debate. There won't be a consensus. For instance, do you know that most of these people that obtain this form, they obtain it because they want to be seen by those who eventually win those tickets as participants for negotiation to become either commissioner or minister. So they are just paying in anticipation that, okay, I have paid 100 million, you have paid 100 million. But I know that the powers that be are behind you. But let me just fritter 100 million naira in exchange for military position, that in less than 3 months I will make my 100 million naira and make profit going forward. I will buy, and I will struggle and make some feeble attempt at trying to outsmart you. And then you come into negotiation table and say, bros, come. You see, this no be fight. Can we sort ourselves out? Now you know that I am primed for this position, but you are not primed. But I will return your 100 million and I will make you this and this. And the man will say, I support the next day, and life goes on. So a lot of variables are there, But the long and short of it, to come back to your question straight, it is not healthy for democracy when you raise the bar too high for people that you are enfranchising these people who probably would have done better if they have access to the ballots. But unfortunately, and that's why because of all this, there is no way we can tame godfatherism in Nigeria politics. As long as this would continue, until there is a halt, and those in the National Assembly will not even allow it to see the light of day because they want to remain somebody in the Senate today. Almost 20% of senators are ex-governors. That it has almost become a rest house for ex-governors. So those governors that are still godfather in their state will sit in the National Assembly and pass a law that will make an activist who has only 10 million naira to contest and by popular vote win an election that will not be betrothed to them. No way.
All right then. Dr. Irayaname, I hope you can, speak to us now. What are your thoughts on this statement coming from Atiku Abubakar and the not too young to run law? How can we use that better to get younger people running for political positions?
Let me start with the latter question. By laws as of today, the management of political parties is the prerogative of the political party. INEC does not manage the parties, so INEC has no power to tell how much parties should charge on her nomination forms. That's one serious area perhaps that we need to go for amendment. But having said that, Atiku Abubakar's statement for me is one thing the rest of the aspirants should begin to think of what to say. It's a welcome development for me. Welcome in the sense that he has said, I'm not contesting to rule out others. Perhaps we should even set record straight. In 2014-2015, Buhari never had the nomination a la carte. There was a primary in which he won. And that was part of the reasons why you found the National Assembly that time divided into two. Because there were two camps, two strong camps that contested the primaries at the time. So let's also set that record straight. I wish Anamechi will also say anybody else can go. I will support a person whether I win or not. I will remain in the party. I will work for the person. I wish Anobi can also say anybody else can go. Whether I win or not, I will support a person. That's the only time the opposition will say they are actually talking. None of them have single right that it must be me if they actually want to win an election in 2027. Perhaps one of the things APC is counting on is the fact that they can't come together on how to resolve who gets their tickets. As of today, does Atiku have control over his followership? The answer is to a large extent yes. Does the followership of Amechi, will the followership of Amechi declare a do or die thing if he doesn't get the ticket? The answer for me is also relatively no. Perhaps the only one that could have a serious issue is Obi, but I'm not sure he has control over his own support base. So if he comes out to say no, they will abandon him immediately. As long as his support base is concerned, it will be or nothing else. And so while that goes to an opposition, one begins to ask, how can they marry all their aspirations? A very serious concern. Our electoral law should allow for private candidacies.
All right.
Because we can't control the parties as the laws are.
All right.
So if young people want to come out and young people think, yes, it must be this, they can support the person and go straight.
All right. The electoral laws should allow for private.
Arrive, we won't have that kind of problem.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Chief Dr. Emmanuel Irayaname.